Well, greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. Doing things a little bit different today. I thought you guys might get tired of staring at my ugly face, so I thought, why not share some of the awesome scenery with you guys while I talk. Now I want to talk a little bit about the Philadelphia police officer who was shot at 13 times by a self-professed Muslim, an ISIS follower, and I think the officer was hit 3 times. If you haven't seen the video, none of what I am getting ready to say is going to make any sense to you. So just go ahead and do a YouTube search on Philadelphia police officer ambushed by Muslim. Many of the videos I've made for you guys talk about tactical mindset, the will to survive, violence of action, that kind of thing. Hang on a second. Charlie, calm down. The hell's he see, a deer? And he's on to something. This is why I don't have him off the leash up here, because there's some cliffs as we get higher up, and I don't want him to run right off a cliff chasing a deer or something. But the basic synopsis is that the officer was on patrol, late hours, single man unit, and as he, no, I'm not 100% sure, but just judging from the video, it looks like he stopped for a red light and then was proceeding through, or had just come to a stop, whatever. This guy, wearing his long white robe, his Muslim garb, comes sprinting from left to right as you watch the video, and he is hell-bent on killing this cop. He starts shooting, and he's got a real good stance too. I'm talking about the bad guy. You know, he's holding the weapon right, he's firing right, and he's shooting as he advances on this poor cop, who I assume was totally unaware of this guy until he started getting shot at. So the asshole literally shoots his way up to the driver's side window, and then literally sticks his arms with the weapon into the vehicle and continues to shoot. How this cop is alive is an absolute miracle. Somebody said on Fox, when the issue of one-man cars, we called them L cars in LAPD back in my days. Somebody said, well, he wasn't riding alone, he had a guardian angel with him. That may or may not be true. But I do want to share with you, and that's the substance of this video, that he did have something with him in addition to luck and guardian angels and that kind of thing. He had an absolute will to not only survive, but to apprehend this psychotic Muslim. And I've seen a lot of police shootings. I mean, as most of you know, I spent a great deal of time reviewing dash cam videos of shootings and such, just because I believe all of us can learn from the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's beneficial to really go over these things with a fine-tooth comb and look for the good parts and the bad parts. Maybe I haven't walked up here in a while. It's really strange. I'm out of breath, and I've lost 12 pounds here in the last month. I should be doing good, but for some reason I'm out of breath. If the video just comes to an abrupt stop, I'm probably tits up here in the middle of the trail getting eaten by rabid squirrels or something. Anyways, although it is all uphill. So what else did he have? Yeah, Now, as I watch this video, and I got to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of dash cam videos and citizens videos of cops involved in shootings and life or death situations. I got to really salute this guy. I don't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. But the officer, how he didn't get shot in the head is a miracle. I can only picture what must have been going on inside that police car. I'm assuming he put his arm up, in the standard defensive position, because he got hit in the arm a few times, I think. He was in critical condition, which tells me he lost a lot of blood. And he probably laid back in the seat. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing anybody or any other shootings, but it would have been very, very typical in that scenario, once somebody realized that they were still alive, to just stay there in that position and get on the radio and ask for help. So my retina is detached with excitement and joy as I saw the shooter probably empty his weapon, turn to run away, and the door opens of this police car, and a lot of things start happening at once. The officer steps out of that car, draws his weapon, gets on his radio, requests assistance, explains on the radio that he's been shot and he's bleeding heavily. That's a quote. I'm bleeding heavily. Fires at the suspect and then goes into foot pursuit out of the range of the security camera that captured the whole incident. So I want you to think about that for a second. For you cops, this is important, and for you non-cops, this is important. Just in terms of having the proper mindset to not be a victim and to hold those fuckers accountable that want to visit violence and death upon us for whatever reason. So you think about what had to happen. So he has to, at some point, realizes, holy shit, I'm shot, I'm still alive. He has to put his car in park, reach down, open the door, draw his weapon, take aim as best as he can while he's in a full sprint, and communicate on the radio what's going on and where he is, what's happened, what he needs. That dude, that officer, is nothing short of a hero, just a righteous hero. And I think all young, new cops and old cops that are on patrol still need to really watch that video and give it some serious, deep contemplation in terms of what would you have done. This is how you build these reactions into your muscle memory as you go through them with visualization. And you watch. It's okay, Charlie, it's just a shotgun. He's afraid of thunder, but sometimes he mistakes hunting. Somebody's shooting ducks, so he mistakes that for thunder sometimes. So yeah, I think you should completely, like Charlie boy, I think you should completely study that if you're on the job and build that into your visualization scenarios. Meaning, see yourself, as that officer did, actually exiting the vehicle or the restaurant or the location where you've been assaulted and chasing the suspect down, getting a good front sight picture in a full sprint, and surviving no matter how bad you're injured. No matter what. If you're still moving, you're still fighting. You're still able to fight. Okay? So barring anything from other than being, paralyzed from the upper lip down, there's no excuse to just give up. That guy did not give up. So civilians, what can you take away from this? Exactly what I've been talking about for years now, which is if you're going to carry a weapon every day, You live in America. I don't know why you wouldn't want to carry a weapon every day. You do yourself a great disservice if you don't go through the what if scenarios and really picture them in detail. I can assure you that when that officer was going through this, he was not hearing gunfire. You could only hear very muffled sounds, and everything was occurring in super, super slow motion. But I bet you he could see so clearly that he could see the fingerprints on the asshole from 50 yards away. So, hats off, salute. I'm glad that he's okay. And, a lot of people are like, well, holy shit, they should be running 2-man cars instead of 1-man cars. That may or may not be true. I agree with that, but especially in inner cities. But in this case, when you think about it, man, if he had a partner sitting next to him, the odds would be doubled that somebody would have taken a round in the face. So I think it really worked out as best as it possibly could have. Now, it used to be taboo. I always give that disclaimer. But I think we've all grown out of that. We need to ask ourselves, through every situation, what could have been done better? And the only thing I could suggest to officers that find themselves in his position, which is anybody rolling through the hood alone, or with a partner, it doesn't matter. It all comes down to situational awareness. Now, I understand, and maybe I'm wrong, but the reports are that this asshole was leaning up against the building and saw the unit coming down the street, sprinted from the shadows, kind of came up a little bit from behind. So maybe, just maybe, if the officer was paying a lot more attention, and we all fuck up, but there are certain signs that shit could likely go south. And to be honest with you, I don't care if it offends anybody, but you're rolling through the hood and you see some dude decked out in fucking Muslim attire, man, I'm in condition fucking red at that point. And so what do? Well, you keep your eyes on him. As you pass him, watch his hands. And when he gets out of your visual view, watch him in the mirror. Don't assume that just because you've rolled past a fucking bomb, it's not going to go off. So really, that's all I can think of that might have been improved upon. And that's not taking anything away from the outstanding work of this young officer. I don't know, what do you guys think? Give me your thoughts. LMS Tactical, tell me what you think of this new format. The new GoPro, as opposed to the cell phone video on my ugly face. And maybe it's making you guys seasick. I don't know. Maybe it's too much motion. Let me know. LMS Tactical, I'm out.